welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Laura, and today we're gonna make some turkey tetrazzini soup-esque kind of recipe. So I just have my Dutch oven. I'm gonna turn the heat on. And then I pulled out my handy dandy bacon bits because I need them. But to start, I'm gonna put in a glop of bacon grease because it's not really gonna cook the bacon like it would if I were using fresh. Come on. Off there. Ta-da. Alright, so we're going to let that heat up. And then I'm going to add into that bacon and onion. So the purpose of me doing this recipe, I'm going to do several recipes showing you how you can use your leftover turkey. And so this will be my first one, but I'm also doing this one to go ahead and post it with Sipping with Friends. So I'm dicing out my onion, not giant or tiny. Just dicing it. My bacon grease is melted, so I'm going to go ahead and toss that part of the onion in. I'm pretty sure you don't need to see how to dice up an onion, and if I showed you, I'd probably do it wrong. Alright, so we're going to get the onion in there, and then the bacon was supposed to be about 4 slices. So I'm going to do what I think is about probably like a half cup of bacon bits. We're going to grab a spoon, give it a little stir. It already smells amazing. You can never go wrong starting a recipe with bacon grease, in my opinion. Alright, so to this, I'm taking the easy way on garlic, so I'm going to grab my minced garlic. Get that all mixed in. I'm just going to let this go until my onions are a little bit more translucent. Alright, so now my onions are pretty well getting to the translucent point. So I'm going to, before I put the flour in, I think I'm going to add a smidge more. I was like, what did I do with my bacon grease? A smidge more bacon grease in here. Because we're making a roux. So I'm going to let that melt, and then I got about, probably 3 tablespoons of flour that we're going to cook off in here. And then I'm not one that's bound to measure very well. So to start this off, where did it go? I have a 1 cup chicken broth, and I'm going to add a quart because this recipe called for 5 cups. So I'm going to start with this one, and then I have to go grab the other because I didn't plan very well. So I'm going to get that in there, and then I'll go grab a quart. We're just going to make sure we scrape up the bottom and the sides here when we're adding that to let that get all of those good flavors. Alright, so I'm going to be right back with a quart of stock. Alright, so I grabbed myself a quart of my home canned chicken broth. Oh goodness. I'm awful at opening these jars. Come on. Oh, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and add in a quart of that broth. And also to this, I'm going to add in milk. Now the milk calls for about 2 cups, so I'm just going to use my jar. Pretty sure. Right there. We're going to put in the 2 cups of milk. And we're going to mix in some broken up whole grain spaghetti noodles. It gives like grams. I have this half box. I'm going to break them in 3s and put them in here. And we're going to add about 3 cups of chicken also. Or not chicken, turkey. It's turkey tetrazzini soup. This might be a little bit under the amount that they said to add in, but that's alright. I prefer soups to be soupy, so that will work for me. Alright, and then I have not shredded. I cooked a whole turkey so I could do all of these recipes. I think I'm just going to take my knife over here. Whoa, trash. Oh, trash. I'm going to cut through some of the turkey because some of it's really big. And we'll get that tossed in also. And then we'll grab our spices that we're going to use. So that's probably about a cup. Chop through, and I need about 3 cups. So the first one, go for number 2. Hopefully I was good and got all of the bones out into my crock pot for broth. But I'm finding some things that I'm tossing in there right now, so alright. So I'm just running my knife through it, a rough chop, in hopes there's no bones mixed in. I'm going to do about 1 more cup's worth. I was going to do just straight up chicken, or it's turkey, Laura. Turkey tetrazzini, but the soup sounded so good. I love soup, and it's starting to be chilly. I mean, it's not really. It was in the 60s today. But, you know, it's that time of year. All right, so we're going to grab some salt and pepper. I'm going to give this all a really big stir because this is going to come up to a boil together. We're going to add some salt and pepper, parsley. I don't remember what else. I'm going to throw in a couple of my salt rocks as my salt. About 7. And then pepper. And I'll mix in the parsley later. I'll go back and double check to see if they added any other. But we're just gonna let this come up to a boil for now. So I'm gonna stir this, and I'm gonna grab a spoon so we can do a taste test. All right, we're gonna add some salt. And probably some more pepper. Salt. And pepper. And we're going to dump in about 1.5 cups of peas. That was all the rest of the peas I have. And then I'm going to grab the parsley. And we're going to put in some parsley. All right. I'm going to give this a stir. Get those peas kind of melted in. I'm going to turn the heat off, and then I'm just going to let this sit for 5 minutes, and then I'll be back to dish it up. But really quickly before I run away and leave it sitting, I'm going to check for flavor. That's really good. All right, I'll bring it back in a few minutes. So it's been probably about a little over 5 minutes, and I'm gonna dish myself up some. And normally I would use a ladle, but I'm in the not making more dishes mood right now, so I'm doing dishes in the background. All right, so let's get a bite in there with some turkey and noodles and peas. See how it is. Cheers. It's got really good flavor. I highly suggest you make this.